Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Tin and welcome back to another video on Last Day on Earth Survival. And before we get started with this video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the first 4 videos that I posted. I did record all 4 of those videos and then I edited and posted them together so you guys would have a little more content. And I've really enjoyed the support that you guys have been giving so far. Ideally, I do want to start live streaming soon, but I think we'll do that maybe around like 8 or 10 episodes in, because right now we're just getting some of the basic boring things out of the way, but afterwards we can start live streaming the events when I have more materials and guns, and we can start doing the more advanced things in our survivor's path here, such as going to the northern areas or going to the labs. So for now we're going to try to progress through this still as fast as possible, and that is actually the main focus of the video today. We are going to ideally open a red crate and a yellow crate at Bunker Alpha because as you can see here, we actually have a full durability shotgun, which will be really useful for fighting the blind one at Bunker Alpha. So for those who don't know, the blind one is a boss that spawns at Bunker Alpha only if you have the hard mode enabled. So after we go through and clear Bunker Alpha normally, we will spawn the blind one and we will fight him, because he will not only give us hard mode loot, but he will also drop us 10 red tickets, which should be more than enough to get the 30 tickets in total that we need to open up the red crate. So without further ado, let's grab a couple sets of armor and let's head over to Bunker Alpha. Alrighty, so we are here at our beloved Bunker Alpha. As you can see, I haven't played on this account in a couple of days actually. So the bunker has had a chance to reset, so there should be a fresh set of loot waiting for us in the 2nd and 3rd floor. We won't get to clear the 4th floor today because I don't have enough guns and weapons and healing items, but I think the 2nd and 3rd floor will be able to give us everything we need to open up our crates. And if you guys see on the left side of the screen, you can see that the chopper gas tank will spawn at Bunker Alpha now because it's telling us to clear it. So we're just gonna go inside and see what happens there. And actually, funnily enough, I actually forgot that I had a ton of healing items and clothes already at Bunker Alphas. So we might not need everything here, but a good rule of thumb is to always bring more than what you need, because in Last Day on Earth you never know what sort of trouble you can get into. So it's always nice to bring some extra guns. Even if you're going out farming, it's always nice to bring an extra gun and some extra healing items. And once we enter the code for the day, we can enter in. I'm going to open the green crate first so I can have a little bit of extra storage so that I don't have to keep running up and down between the lockers to grab my loot. So I'm just gonna loot the first lobby area and clear out all the zombies before I open up that green crate. We come through here, and this is of course where you open up your crates. We do not have a cut finger this time, so we won't be able to open the cut finger room, but that's fine because we will be opening a lot of better loot. Now, as for storage in this game, as you can see, there are 2 slots in our inventory that aren't open to us just yet, and that's because we actually need better backpacks in this game. You can craft your better backpacks and they will allow you to store more things. As you can see here, you have your military backpack, and it requires steel plates, and if you scroll all the way down, you have your tactical backpack, which requires tungsten bars, which are not actually in the game just yet. The only way you can get tactical backpacks is through events and through you can spin your caps at the gas station because they have a slot machine there, and you can also win your tactical backpack that way. A tactical backpack is really nice because instead of 15 slots, you'll have 25 slots, and trust me, it does make a huge difference in terms of how much you can store, because you will need a lot of storage space, especially when you're like transferring loot from Bunker Alpha to your base. But as for the things we have in here, we have a little bit of food, which is always nice. I think we're gonna take that down to the bunker with us. I'm gonna leave the green tickets in here, and I'm just gonna sort through everything that I don't need right now. As of right now, the only thing we don't need is that can of paint. So I'm gonna keep everything down here. So drop everything in here, and I will go up and grab the tickets and the extra guns that we have in our locker from last time. Alright, now we have everything down in the chest here. I just took it from the locker and just pressed put all and sorted into our green chest here. Be sure to take all of the loot out of these chests and put them up in the lockers, because The boxes down here do reset, but your lockers up there do not for the time being. So it's safe to store your loot up there or at your base. And for the people who are wondering why I have a full stack of medkits here, it's that for the blind one boss that we will fight later on in the video, we actually need a bunch of medkits and healing items. So you usually need about 8 to 10 medkits, so I just brought a whole stack just in case. But we will worry about that later, because right now we need to use melee weapons to clear the second and the third floor. Usually I would just bring grenades or molotovs, but for now we don't have access to those. So we'll just take our melee weapons and we'll get down there and quickly clear the 2 floors. And then we will activate the hard mode bunker. Alright, so welcome to the second floor of Bunker Alpha. We are just going to speedrun this. If you guys would like a in-depth tutorial on how to clear the second floor, as well as how to wall trick zombies to save a lot of your resources, it is in episode 4, which is the video right before this one. But right now we'll just walk through quickly the rooms you should clear for red tickets and the room you should avoid. Coming up to this room, there are a lot of zombies here. What I like to do is like to take a skull crusher that can one-shot these roaming zombies, and I just keep walking back while attacking them. Now we can take care of this final zombie, and what we can do is we can switch to our heavy sneak attack weapon. This scythe, it does 60 damage, but if you sneak attack somebody, it does 180. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to this floater bloater. We're going to sneak attack him really quickly, switch to our bat, and just finish him off with this. And after we finish him off, we can come down here. And what I like to do first is I like to clear these rooms right below me before I go all the way up, where there is a floater bloater. Or not a floater bloater, sorry, a frenzied giant, and I like to kill him using the wall trick right here. I think we'll just use the wall trick really quickly to take care of those people. And what we will do is we'll come down here and we will sneak attack this one and run all the way up. And what we will do is just press ourselves against this wall while they stack up right here, and we will take care of them with I guess we can use this baseball bat, that's fine. So now what we can do here is, as you can see, there is a frenzied giant. We're going to sneak in here and just go straight up to him. Remember, you want to distance yourself a little bit far away so your guy doesn't move towards him. We're going to run out here and just deal with these fast fighters with my katana quickly. And once these guys are dead, we're going to make sure the guy can't catch up and hit us. And for time's sake, we'll just finish him off with the pistol as much as we can. And it looks like he only dropped a yellow ticket, which is fine. Because there are a couple more frenzied giants down this way. So now coming into here, I'm going to avoid these 2 floater bloaters. You don't need the yellow tickets that they drop, and they just waste way too many of your resources. What we're going to do is do the same thing for this frenzied giant. Make sure you have enough space. Sneak attack him, and we're going to sneak. He can't catch up to you while you're sneaking, so don't panic too hard about that. We're going to wrap around so this door opens, and I think for now we can wall trick this guy. We're going to come up here and just quickly finish him off with the baseball bat. Alrighty, so now he's dead, and let me loot him really quickly. It's not letting me loot him for some reason. It looks like he only dropped another yellow ticket. That's fine, but it is kind of unlucky that we killed 2 frenzied giants and they both dropped yellow tickets. I'm pretty sure the chance is like around 60% for a red ticket and a 40% for a yellow, so I think we're going to be due for a yellow ticket soon. But of course, if we don't find one, it's going to be completely okay, because we could still kill the blind one for the 10 red tickets. So now here it's kind of tricky because we don't have our second pocket, and we can't quickly switch to our melee weapon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sneak up to this toxic abomination, and I'm going to use our auto mode after I sneak attack him. So we do this, and we press auto, so he does that, and we're going to quickly switch to our katana. And it looks like they are kind of melting through my armor, which sucks, but it's fine. And we quickly dealt with those guys. We got a green ticket from a toxic spitter. Now, what I like to do is I like to avoid the tiny green line up there, because that is just a room full of floater bloaters. And there's really no point in clearing that, because you really don't need that many yellow tickets. So what I do is I just keep going through the loop, and eventually I will end up back to the elevator. Alrighty, and it looks like we found a safe here. I'm not sure what... Oh my god! Wait, that's actually insane. I'm kind of at a loss for words, because how did we find 27 red tickets? Oh, maybe the game is telling us to just open it up. It's just giving us the free red tickets on our second run, so we can get our chopper gas tank. But Of course, you know me, I'm going to still be clearing the floor 3 and the floor 3 hard mode boss. So now let me come down here, and this is where most of the juicy loot from floor 2 is. I'm still kind of in shock that we got 27 red tickets, but no matter, I think we're just gonna deal with this frenzy giant in here with a Glock. Alright, he's dead, and he did drop a red coupon, which is nice. Maybe the red coupons right now are set automatically because you do get all of these red coupons from that one safe. I might as well just sneak attack this one. I don't remember that much from the time I used to play Last Day on Earth, from how to like most efficiently clear it, but I do have a rough idea on the best way to clear it, so I've just been going off of that every time I clear it. On this account though, this is the second time I've cleared Bunker Alpha, so the first time you do have a ton of help, you have NPCs that will shoot the zombies for you, but I guess the second time the safe will give you a bunch of red tickets, so that is also really good help towards getting some extra materials and guns. And we did level up again, so I'm just going to keep getting this logger perk. What I do want to get eventually is our extra pocket perk first, but also our burglar perk so we can pick some locks and get more loot from Bunker Alpha, because a lot of the lockers down here will have locks on them and you can't pick them unless you have burglar level 1, 2, or 3. And those crates will give you a ton of good loot like grenades and red tickets and whatever, so it's always nice to just keep cranking out your levels, because it will help you get a ton of loot. But at the end of the day, is still up to luck, so you just have to keep grinding at the game until you eventually get it. Now there are a lot of fast biters down here. I'm gonna just try to just sneak attack one of them because it didn't work, but I'm gonna just soak up some of this damage before the frenzy giant can get to me. I will just kill as many of these as possible, and then I'm just gonna hide behind this wall and deal with the fast fighters. Okay, that's one more taken care of. We have 29 red tickets now, and as you can see coming over here, there is one of the lockers with a bolt on it, so you can't really get through that until you have your burglar perk. Looks like we actually got a lot of loot here. We have our batteries, which we can probably start getting, because I remember they recycle into copper, and I remember copper being really hard to get. So maybe it's wise to start hoarding batteries now? I don't know, we have more important things here, so I might just leave it until we have a little bit of extra space. Okay, coming down here, there is a frenzy giant in here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the door and immediately crouch. I'm gonna sneak attack. I'm gonna sneak attack this frenzy giant and just quickly run away and take out my Winchester and deal with this one. Okay, and now we've killed that one. We have to deal with this last one. There is another frenzy giant that we can deal with, as you can see in this little chamber right here. But we don't have our burglar perk level 3 yet, so for now what we can do is just kill this frenzy giant. I'm gonna try to use the map to line myself up correctly and make sure my guy doesn't walk towards him before he swings. And once he swings, we'll just run out of the way and kill this last frenzy giant with our Winchesters. Yeah, to be honest, the Winchesters, if you ever get them inside your police department crates, or you find them anywhere else, it's really not worth it to use as like a self-defense weapon. The only real thing that I've been using them for is to kill frenzy giants, because they're slow and they have a ton of health, so you can just chip away at it with your Winchester. But in a regular scenario, you really shouldn't use these for anything else, because it's just way too slow, has way too little durability, and just overall kind of sucks to use. But the good news is that we actually have enough yellow and red tickets to open up each individual crate. So without further ado, let's just put everything in our crate that we've been using as a storage so far. I'm gonna clear out some of this junk here, the empty bean cans, and we will take our tickets and go open up those 2 crates. So first of all, I think we've seen this in last video, but in our yellow crate, you get a full set of armor, copper bars, aluminum wire that you can smelt down, and cogs, which are going to be really important later on, I know. We have a chopper fork here, which is pretty lucky, and we have our engine part, which we will use to continue working on our chopper. And of course, you get your 2 guns, which are really nice. But now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, let's go open up the red crate, because in my opinion, when you're a beginner, opening up this red crate is one of the most satisfying things that you can ever experience, just because of the loot. Look at that. Now, when you open this crate up, you get 4 guns and 2 sets of armor and some other really good components such as your steel plates, which take hours, by the way, to farm each individual steel plate. Get a ton of components and air filters, gas tanks, springs for your weapon mods, and of course gasoline for your chopper eventually. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna even do with all of this loot. It's honestly too much for me to handle right now because it would probably take like 4 or 5 trips for me to even bring all of this back to the base. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this armor quickly back up to the ground level of the bunker, store the armor sets in our lockers just in case we ever need them when we're clearing the bunker in the future. And we'll just go and quickly grind all the way through the 3rd floor really quickly. All right, everybody, welcome to the 3rd floor of Bunker Alpha. There's really no introduction needed for this. We're just gonna quickly speed run through everything here, and we will just probably run through some of the most important rooms. I'll probably try to figure out how to efficiently clear this with the remaining weapons I have, because I am kind of running out of weapons and I'm worried that I might not have enough actually to fully clear the bunker floor. So I'm probably just gonna grab some guns that we've just gotten if we actually run out of melee weapons. There's not really much else, so let's just grab these 2 people and wall trick them over here, just like so. I actually went up and cleared these 2 zombies as well, just to quickly cut down on some time, because the 3rd floor is pretty time consuming compared to the 2nd floor. But no matter, there is just a couple of other rooms that we need to clear, and we'll quickly just loop through the entire bunker. Coming into this room, there's 2 fast spiders and a toxic abomination. So what I'm gonna do is just kill this one that got around and just quickly kill all of these here. While we did already open up the red crate, I am just trying to stock up so that we have enough with the amount that we get next time to get the red crate again, because once you spend it, you need another 30, of course, whenever the bunker resets. So you just want to make sure you have maybe around 25 every single time, or at least just enough so that when you re-clear it, you will get your 30 red tickets. And of course, as I've said in the past, the Bunker Alpha is extremely important to your progress in this game, because it is the best place for you to get your guns and of course some vital and rare components. So it's best to just clear this at least every 2 days. And you can of course simplify it with things like using grenades and using Molotovs. So eventually it should not take like an hour. It should only take like maybe like 30 minutes. All right, we took care of this frenzy giant. He did drop us another red ticket, which is really nice. And this locker had nothing in it, so we'll probably just keep progressing down through the bunker. Here there are 2 toxic spitters, so I'm just gonna kill this one and go and kill off this one. And there is a frenzy giant all the way down here. I'm gonna see what's in my in my battle pass, sorry. Looks like we did get some free rewards, so let's just claim this. Maybe there will be some weapons that we can use. It looks like it's telling me to choose. Probably gonna take these carbon composites, and then for this one, I'll probably just take maybe our engine parts, because we need those to finish up our chopper. And in my inbox, I can just check if I can grab a weapon here. It looks like we have a crowbar, which is nice. And we'll just take the crowbar, and we do have a mini Uzi, so I'll probably just take that as well. Why not? Doesn't really matter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly sneak attack this frenzy giant. Make sure we have the spacing correct, and once we do, we'll take our Uzi and just finish him off, because I did notice that we have another Winchester, so I kind of messed up by taking the mini Uzi out of the inbox. It's all right though, we live and we learn. So let's just take the yellow ticket over that, and let's just continue with the bunker. And now what we can do is run all the way up here, wrap around this turret so you don't get shot. Be careful not to aggro these guys up here. And what we're gonna do is sneak around here, and we're gonna sneak attack this toxic spitter right there, so you don't aggro the toxic abomination right here. And we'll sneak attack him, bring him over here, and we will just wall trick them on the pillar here. Once he's dead, we can finally continue to what I would like to say is like the juiciest part of this 3rd floor. We're using my mini Uzi. I'm just gonna burst a little bit, and he's dead. So that's one less thing to take care of. And we'll just come through here. I learned my mistake last time in aggroing this toxic abomination. So I'm gonna hug the wall as tight as I can so I can get the sneak attack off, and we're just gonna hug this wall again. Now when you're just starting out with this game and you barely have any armor, any resources, and any guns, especially if you don't have grenades or molotovs, I would highly suggest wall tricking as much as possible just to save on your resources and just being resourceful with what you have. But once you get a little bit more stuff in this game, it's okay to sometimes burn your guns, like your lower tier weapons, like your Winchesters, on killing these guys to save time, because you don't need to play this game 100% optimally, of course. And what's the point of having all of these guns if you're not going to use them, if you know what I mean? Oh shoot, my gun actually broke, so I'm gonna quickly take my Uzi, and he's dead. And I actually noticed I just leveled up, so let's just take a bruiser perk. We're over halfway of maxing out our bruiser perk, which will give us a maximum of 120 HP, which is going to be really nice when we eventually get that. Let's see, there's a lot of things I want to take here, but I really don't have the space to. So I'm going to break this katana first, and then I'll probably come back and take either the glue or the battery right there. Attack these guys, so just finish them off with your katana. And so there is a crowbar down here, so I might just break this one as well before we grab anything else. Okay, now he's dead. We do have a free slot now, so I'm just gonna go back and grab some of this loot. Alright, continue on with the bunker. There's a lot more stuff here, so I think I'm just gonna quickly speed through everything and just show you some of the highlights that we get from this bunker. But just remember, if you ever struggle with getting the entire bunker floor cleared, just bring a couple of guns. I promise you it will speed up progression, and in the long run it'll be worth it, because less time spent here obviously means more time that you can use to get resources and to do events to get higher level components and higher level gear. Honestly, now since we're at like level 47, so almost level 50, I'm praying that we get some of these passive good perks, such as the extra pocket and your burglar perk, of course. But so far we've just been getting some pretty like basic perks that, while it does help us, it's not really like actively helping us. So I hope that we will be able to get something better soon. Alright, and with this final chest being searched, we should have fully cleared the third floor on regular mode. I did miss some loot in some of the previous chests. I'm just going to go through and collect them, because every component in this area will be very important for us. So I'm just gonna quickly go back and grab it and just loop back through the elevator. And while I was clearing, I actually got a ton of rubber parts, because that's one of the last things that we actually need to complete our chopper other than engine parts. But as you saw earlier, we got it from the battle pass, which is going to be really nice. And according to this picture that I took on my phone a couple of days ago, we actually should have everything that we need to complete it. We might be missing a chopper wheel, but I could always just go and clear the farm really quickly to grab one. But yeah, I think in today's video, our chopper is actually fully completed. So I'm really excited about that. And in future videos, we'll actually be able to get a lot more done, because since the chopper consumes gas, it will help us get around whenever we don't have any energy to sprint across the map. Okay, so welcome back to the lobby of Bunker Alpha. As you can see here, we have completely filled up our green chest with every single piece of loot that we've gotten today, which is really exciting. We have this gas mask that we can use to clear the third floor gas room, but I think I'm gonna save this for next episode, because I really want to get the hard mode bunker out of the way today. So let's just grab our shotgun. Let's grab a couple more melee weapons to deal with zombies along the way. I'm gonna grab this broken Glock as well, and of course we need a fresh set of armor, so we'll take this one, which is just barely scratched up, so it still works for us. And we will take our med kits, and I think we are ready to head down to the third floor. Now before we head down, of course we need to come to the overseer room, and we need to activate this bunker protocol, which will reset all of the floors and put them into hard mode. So I'm pretty sure now the zombies will take half the damage, so it's going to be kind of hard to get to them. But today without Molotovs, we don't need to clear the entire floor. We just need to clear enough zombies to get us to the room. So without further ado, let's just get into that. There should be one more toxic spitter we need to kill before we have our access to the blind one room. Alrighty, now that we have killed all 3 of those, we have our access to the blind one. It's in this room here. Normally this room isn't unlocked unless it's in hard mode, in which then you can enter this room. So what we're going to do is equip our full durability armor. I'm actually going to delete this to make a little bit of extra space. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my med kits in our off slot and put my shotgun right here. Now there is obviously more in-depth videos on how to fight the blind one, but for now I'm just going to give you the basics. What you really need is you just need a shotgun and a tiny bit of extra weaponry to finish him off. But the main part is only shoot him when he's stunned. If you shoot him when he's attacking you and when he's not stunned, you're just gonna waste a lot of your gun's durability. And if you really want to maximize it, you just want to use your one shotgun and a little bit of your melee weapons, and that should be enough to kill him. Alright, coming into this area, he's gonna start attacking you off rip, so I'm gonna be careful because every single attack cycle he will hit you exactly for 100 health. So what I'm gonna do is let him hit me 5 times. And he will back up and dash me, but the second he hits the wall, I'm going to let loose my shotgun. And I should be able to hit him 5 times. And he's going to come back and keep attacking me. So I'm going to keep doing this until I think his health drops either below 700 or 750. I think you use three times with the shotgun like that. And after the 3rd time, he will run to the middle of the room and start healing. So what you want to do is, after you shoot him, after he gets stunned for the 3rd time, is you want to stand next to this emergency alarm. So when he comes to the middle of the room, you spam E to turn the alarm off. So he only heals up 10 instead of healing all the way back up to full. And what you're going to do is move yourself to the next alarm. I think he'll do it again when he's around like maybe 450 or 400. So what we want to do is just watch out. You just want to do it whenever he starts running towards the middle of the room, because that's when he triggers his healing ability. But other than that, what you want to do is just keep cycling him with your shotgun, and you should be able to deal with him fairly quickly. Alright, so now he ran to the middle of the room. I'm going to spam E to turn the alarm on as soon as possible. And after this, now what you want to do is you just keep shredding him with your shotgun. He won't heal up anymore after the 2nd time, so once you've used the entire durability of your shotgun, just let him stun himself one more time and just use your melee weapons to finish him off. What? Oh! Wait, that's actually insane. Oh my god. I think I wasn't out of his dash range, but I thought I was. Wait, that's so stupid. Oh my god. Okay, well guys, I think we just wasted like 7 med kits and an entire shotgun. And thankfully we have this restore button because I don't think I can fight him one more time. I don't have another shotgun. But yeah, that was really, really unlucky. I didn't expect him to dash into me. I can perfectly dodge him most of the time, but I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, that kind of sucks. And if you ever died to the big one, now you can restore, but back then you couldn't. So what you want to do is just make sure to, well, first of all, not die to the big one, but if you do, just make sure you have another shotgun on hand so you can fight him all over again. I'm not sure what I can do to kill him again because I know he'll respawn with full health. So I think the only thing we can do here is really just put everything that we don't need into our chests and just probably go back and transfer all the loot to our base, because that's really the only thing we can do now. Yeah, that was like super unlucky how I didn't see him coming like that. And I guess we died to him because his dash does one-shot you. I could have sworn I was outside of the range, but you know, that's just what happens sometimes, and you gotta learn to get over it quickly because, you know, you'll get back to it in another day or so it's not that big of a deal. But it always sucks to die when you're so close to killing him. Like in our case, we were literally right about to kill him, so that always kind of sucks. But yeah, without further ado, let's just quickly go and transfer all of the loot over to our main base, because despite not killing the big one, we did get a ton of loot, and I think maybe even enough to get our full chopper completed. Alrighty everyone, we are finally back. I had to take like 3 trips to Bunker Alpha to bring all the loot back home, and that's another issue with this tiny backpack. But the good news is that I have organized everything here, and as you can see, we have actually a ton of loot. Yeah, despite dying at Bunker Alpha, we didn't lose all that much stuff. Most importantly, we did get a ton of rare materials, guns, and components that will help us towards completing our chopper. So let me just quickly organize everything, and I want to see if we're actually able to complete our chopper today. Okay, so I have fit everything from our base into our chopper blueprint, and I've actually taken everything that we've needed from the inbox. So now if we fill it up, as you can see, the only thing we're missing is this backpack, which I can craft really quickly, but we are missing this chopper wheel. So I'm not exactly sure where I can go find this. I might go clear the farm off camera to just try and get that chopper wheel. But other than that, I think we are pretty much done with our chopper. So I would consider today a huge success. We got our gas tank from our Bunker Alpha, as well as 6 extra guns. And we got a ton of components and rare materials. So that's always nice to have. And overall, I think we just made a ton of progress today. Again, I'm kind of bummed about dying at Bunker Alpha, but we're gonna rebound really quickly off of that, and we should be back where we started very soon. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up today's video. Again, as I said, we did make a ton of progress. I'm probably just gonna go off camera now, and we will 100% finalize the chopper next episode. But for now, I will consider it complete because I have a really good idea of where to get the components. And as you guys can see, we did open up our yellow crate and our red crate. We got like 6 extra guns and a ton of new armor, which I did leave at Bunker Alpha because I didn't want to run back and forth and grab it. But yeah, that is about everything we have for today's video. If you guys liked it, of course, make sure to subscribe and like and comment what you guys would like to see next. But yeah, that's all I have for today. See you guys next time.